This is a test piece, a printed circuit board I did, and you can see the wavy lines of the cut. As you can see, it's on all the tracks, so it's doing it all the time. Okay, right, well, the reason for that is because the Z-axis is doing this as it traverses along, mainly due to the slight bend in the threaded bar. Obviously, if you get a bigger threaded bar, there's less chance of that. But I use an 8mm, and that was good enough for me. So what I'm going to be doing is I found this ball bearing system, bearing race, that's what it's called. I'll just put it on a bolt, and there's a piece of plastic I've glued onto the back of this cross member support to give it a smooth surface to run on. Now I've got here an offcut, it wasn't cut specifically for this, and what I'm going to be doing is another piece of MDF. What I'm going to be doing is mounting that in the middle, and because it'll be so near the edge, this is an old covered magnet plate, you know, where the magnet stuck to, and I should be screwing that in place there with the bearing in there, and that will stop the bearing trying to break out the side. And then the whole assembly will be going with a small gap there attached to the Z-axis, and then that will run along with the X-axis, stopping the Z-axis from wobbling backwards and forwards. That's the idea. Let's put it together and see if it works. For stability, I've made the hole smaller than the threaded bolt I'm using with the bearing on, and all I'm doing is I'm just threading it in, and that will make sure that it is nice and tight and stays upright as well. So, you know, I mean, with a clearance hole there might be a little bit of slop. I know you can get really tight fitting clearance holes where there's no slop, but I'm not that good an engineer, and I am quite happy with doing it this way. And there you are. Now all we need to do now is put a flat washer on the bottom and a lock washer. This is just precautionary, I don't really need it because it's threaded in there, but always best to be safe than sorry. I mean, the amount of modifications I've had to do aren't a great deal, they're just time consuming. I have videoed most of them. There we are. Now that will slide along there nicely. And all I've got to do now is attach it to the Z-axis, and I'll show you how I do that.